little bit.
Okay.
Oh, hey, 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 hey. I don't know. I feel like I'm not, not prepared. Hey, hey, hey. I'm not prepared, and I guess there's no such thing as being prepared, huh? You just do it. Okay. Honey, Milton Leroy is running from me. Can you hear me okay, Queen Aries? And I don't know how to chat back with you like on here. Oh, okay. I don't know how to do that yet, so thank you. Let me know. I gotta be able to find you. There you are. Okay, I got you. Can now when you come in, it should say, it should be blue and show a wrench by your there it is. Your name is blue now. Who running, baby? Melvin still running? Like I said, I stopped going live a lot on TikTok because of this. And now it's like it doesn't even matter. Like when I was talking to you earlier, I'm like, what are you, just because you hear the concentrator, what are you gonna do? Tell me to turn it off? You don't need it. People are more understanding than what I give them credit for. I guess I don't think people are as understanding as I am of them. And I'm finding out that that's not the truth. The right people are just as understanding. Um, Sarcoidosis is hard. It's really hard. Even though we hear all the time, "Oh, you make it. You don't look sick." You know, if anything, we make sarcoidosis look good. But it's a hard disease, and I think it's harder because it's a disease that's not as discussed. The awareness is not there about sarcoidosis as it should be. So I don't want people to feel like I'm complaining about nothing, even though it's real, you know. But because they don't understand, a lot of people don't understand or don't know what it is, I tend not to talk about it. I was telling Queen Bee earlier that um, even though, like, Queen Aries, I know you have sarcoidosis. I know several people with sarcoidosis. None here. The ones that were, I only knew of two in my area, and they're no longer here. That was devastating at the time. The fact that I'm still here and they're gone, you know. I guess you would call it survivor's guilt. I don't know, but remorse. But I carried that for a minute. And like I said, I don't have anybody that's close to me that I know, that have sarcoidosis. But makes it lonely, you know? Even though I know people that know what I have and that understand, love me regardless, I still feel lonely because I don't want to put off on them what I'm feeling all the time. And that's even with you, Queen Aries. You have it too. You can sympathize, you can empathize. You know exactly what I'm going through. But I still don't want to put off on you. Hello. Hey, how are you doing? I still don't want to put off on you what I'm going through because you may not be going through it at the time, and I don't want you, I don't want it to pull you down, you know? So it's kind of like a catch 22. It causes me to isolate a lot. And what y'all see of me on social media, um, y'all hear the laughing and the joking and all that, but when I'm here by myself, which is 95% of the time, it's not a whole lot of laughing and joking. It's a lot of self-reflection, um, pep talks, trying to, talk myself out of, becoming depressed and isolated. So I'm thankful for my family, Queen Aries, Queen B, even Melvin, that's gonna call and talk to me. Melvin may raise, he raised my blood pressure up. I don't even think he's aware that he raises it up. But I tell him all the time, you run my pressure up every day. But I can also see that's Melvin's way of making sure that I'm still here. Yes, yes, we definitely are. Definitely are helping each other by sharing. But I don't, if you're having a good day, and you're not going through what I'm going through, I don't want to be like, oh my goodness, I am just in excruciating pain today. And that caused you to feel some type of way. I want you to enjoy your highs, you know what I mean, without me pulling you down. Pray about it, definitely. Definitely praying about it because I know that I would not be going through this if God didn't think I was strong enough to make it through this. So it was me believing that I was strong enough. And so now that I believe I'm strong enough, this is just a part of my journey. No doubt. It's just a part of my journey to get me to a place that I need to be. And I've been battling this for over 30 years now, knowingly battling this. Before that, I was misdiagnosed and given the wrong treatment. So, knowingly, I've been battling this illness for over 30 years. I'm 54 years old, so that's more than half my life, you know? But it took me a long time to even accept that this would be a part of my life. Because I went from being a healthy, happy, well, not happy, but healthy. The only thing I had in my 20s, I had a wreck, so I had broken pelvis, ankle, screws, different parts of my body. But as far as that other stuff, migraines. So I went from being a healthy 20-something-year-old woman to feeling like, 80, 90-year-old woman overnight. I lost the ability to walk. It was something. And then with the doctors not knowing what was wrong with me and then giving me medications, the ones that, said they didn't know what was wrong with me, giving medications and it not doing anything, or it helped for a little, like maybe 24, 48 hours, and then I was worse than, what I was before I took the medication. So there is a need for awareness for sarcoidosis, not just in the general public, but in the medical field as well, because sarcoidosis has been around a long time. Too long for it to still be, misdiagnosed and mistreated. Queen Aries, I don't know how long your diagnosis was, if it was immediate, if they got it, at onset, or if it took them you know, well, it took them over years to figure out what I had. It took me not being able to walk and being admitted into the hospital, into the right hospital, for them to get all of that together. And then, even when they did the biopsy, it still took a month for them to get a definite diagnosis because it mimicked, under the slides, it still mimicked other diseases. Hey, thank you. I love you too. Thank y'all for coming on here. Um, like I said, I have, you know that I post every day and I try to pour into others every day. And not wanting to come on and really have a relationship with my YouTube followers other than, coming on during my treatments was only because of this. But there are people in worse shape, I thank God, that I even have it, because I need it. There are people that need different medical devices and they can't have them. They can't, they're not within reach of them for whatever reason. So I thank God that I do have the equipment that I need to be able to breathe, to be able to, to live the life, my life as best I can right now. Could it be better in some areas, medical wise? Yeah. Yeah. But we're not complaining. I'm just claiming, because I know at the end of the day, this is just, as I said, part of my journey. Part of my journey. Queen Bee, I didn't see you. I don't know if you're here. But if you are, hey sis. There you are. You like this song, Just Call My Name and I'll Be There. Who's that by Michael Jackson? Just Call My Name? Yeah. But just chit chatting. And like I said, Milton Leroy, he is usually what I'll do. I'll have the concentrator, because the tubing is so long, I can put the concentrator in another room, but I have it out here with me tonight. And so Milton Leroy, he's scared, so he hiding somewhere. Bless his heart. Y'all know my little boy ain't quite right. He act like his mama. He is not quite right, but hey, you gonna act like who raised you every time. As they say, your raising will tell off on you. But Milton Leroy is nosy. And if y'all haven't met Milton Leroy, for the ones that haven't met Milton Leroy, he is my little boy kitten. Um, Back in August. Oh my goodness. I hadn't had a pet child in the house since March of this year. And I had I was telling them about this walk I went on. I call it a spirit walk, where I ran into this orange cat. And I don't even have orange cats. We always get black cats. We always adopt black cats from the Humane Society. And I was up late one night and I heard, the little meows and cries. And I just thought it was my mind playing tricks on me. I'm like, oh, I'm just missing, my granddaughter. Because she went to live with her mother in March. So I just thought it was just my mind playing tricks on me. And I kept hearing it. Looked out of the back door. There is an orange kitten. And I'm like, nope. Nope. I'm not going out there getting that kitten because his mother is somewhere close, So no. So I came back in the house and I sat down. But I did open up the window so that I could, hear and know that, he was safe, that his mother had come back and got him. Milton Leroy he was laid out there in the ground, in the grass, just crying and crying. So finally I went out there and I got him. Still thinking, I am too sick to have this kitten. Because I was really going through it. I just started doing my infusion treatments in July. And mind you, this was August. So, right before my birthday. And I was like, no, God wouldn't do this to me. I'm taking him to the Humane Society. I took him to the Humane Society, brought him back home. I think I took him like twice. I think I, I think I took him twice, and the second time I took him, he had on clothes, and the lady was like, "You're not finna, you're not finna turn him over. He wearing clothes. You already bought clothes for him, you know." So, I didn't think I needed Milton Leroy. God saw different. I needed Milton Leroy. Hey, and Milton Leroy needs me. I was telling my sister, I was like, look how Milton, a kitten, stayed in position, not knowing where his next, you know, piece of food, his next meal was gonna come from. Hey, baby. Um, yes, I am having a great day. I'm having a great day because I'm here. I'm here talking and spending my these few minutes with you all tonight. Um, but how a kitten stayed in position. He could have easily ran off, but he didn't. He stayed out there, and he didn't stay quietly either. Milton was out there hollering at the top of his lungs. And just like with us, God will take care of every one of our needs if we just stay in position. Milton stayed in position. You can't even tell that Milton was eating out of trash cans or whatever, because Milton running around here wearing clothes, riding in the car, doing everything. He has a rags to riches story. But he wasn't worried out there that night, that early in the morning. He knew that he would be taken care of one way or another. And that's the kind of faith that I have. And it's something that we can learn from any situation in our life, even from taking in rescuing a kitten at 3 o'clock in the morning. But also, this is a hurdle. This is a hurdle. Um, and I'm so glad that y'all are on here to support me through this. Because when I tell you, this has been, a fear of people seeing me like this. And like I said, looking sick. So, and it didn't matter that I look sick because I am. I am. You know? That's the silly part about it. That's what, at the end of the day, it feels crazy beating myself up about, needing to wear oxygen or being seen wearing oxygen because I need it. I am. I am sick. They don't just give this stuff away, just because. Believe me. Because I need something more lightweight now, and I was told that I can't get another um, any more medical equipment like oxygen until February. So know that they're just not out here giving this stuff away all willy nilly at all. Like I said, at the end of the day, I need it. So really, there should have been nothing to be ashamed about. But I also had another um, revelation tonight that because I'm so used to hiding things, like things from my childhood that I hid because I didn't want to be judged because of what happened to me that was not my fault. Um, I'm still doing it now, and that's something that I have to work on. Um, Letting people in more, letting people know that hey, I'm not good. Hey, I'm struggling. And knowing that my circle, my tribe, they're able to hold me up They're able to support me when I can't support myself. And that's what I'm having to learn now. Not that I'm putting off on anyone, I'm not bringing them down. I just told Queen B and Queen Aries the same thing. Not that I don't want to bring them down because I don't feel good, because I'm having, a bad day, a bad week, or, but God has put them in place. And I have a tight circle. God has put them in place to where if I'm weak, they're strong. If I need somebody to hold my hand, they're right there with their arms stretched out like, hey, I got you. I know that, we're always praying for each other. I know they're always praying for me because I can feel it. And I'm thankful. So I just have to, like I said, switch mindsets and just start working on that part of my healing, which is I don't have to do any of this alone. No one does. But it feels, like I said, this disease makes, you can feel lonely with this. And I'm pretty sure that goes with a lot of people who have debilitating illnesses, autoimmune illnesses, or any kind of illness that keeps you confined, because like I deal with seasonal depression too. Not as bad as it has been, because I know now what it is and why I feel like that. But during the warmer months, when I can get out like I want to, if I feel like it, it's different in the colder months because I can't. I'm prone, very susceptible to catching, to getting bronchitis, pneumonia. So therefore, I'm going to stay in, and staying in, even when you do feel good, can make you feel bad. But since being diagnosed with that, what I make sure I do, regardless, whether it's cold outside, raining outside, snowing outside, regardless, I still open up the blinds. And that helps, because what I'd done in years past was, when I started feeling like that, I was in the dark. I didn't let up the blinds, didn't go outside, because I'm like, what for? I can't enjoy any of it. But just letting the sun in, or just opening up the blinds, whether it's sunny, like I said, or whatever it is outside, makes a big difference. There are things that we can do, to learn to cope with what's going on with us. It's just learning those skills, reaching out to people that can help us learn those skills. But I I feel like I have ran a marathon, not like physically, but as far as the empowerment of it, I feel like I have accomplished something tonight that I've been scared to do for years. And I thank y'all. I can't really um, communicate how powerful this makes me feel. Um, I thank, and I'm trying to do it without. I'm trying to thank y'all without crying, because that's what I feel like, and it's not like, it's just tears of joy. That's all it is, just tears of joy. Um, I see. I don't know how to keep this screen where I can see the comments, so it comes and goes. I can see the names that I recognize, but there are some that I don't, and they're not on the. Let me see, honey. I gotta figure this out, because we're gonna be doing this a lot now that I know what I'm doing. Is it Jaleisha? Hey, sweetheart. How are you doing? I don't. And if I'm messing up something, y'all let me know, because I'm just trying to touch the screen and see if I can get the Look at that. Touch of a button. Just a touch of a button. Oh, and then they still faded. I thought I had it. Let me see. Because there was somebody else that I saw. Um, I see the last name. I think it's Brian Cummins. Hello, how are you? Yes, I'm having a great day. I'll get better at this when you try to figure it out as well. We gonna learn together. Like I said, we stand together, we win together. We'll figure it out. The more I do this, the more comfortable all of us will be. Um, oh, you're saying something about new insurance policy that starts in January. And that's another thing. That's another thing. Um, Up until this year, I didn't have copays. And you know, with any illness, especially like this one that changes from day to day, um, and I have multiple doctors because it affects multiple, organs like heart and neurologists and rheumatology and pulmonology, all of that stuff. Um, I didn't have any copays, and then this year, copays for everybody, and I'm like, what in the world? And I received a letter from my insurance company that the copays are going up, and I have at least the very least 5, 6 appointments a month, and that's not including the infusions. The infusions, there are no copays, no parking. You don't have to pay parking tolls or anything for when on infusion days. But the other ones, now my primary care, I don't have a copay with him. But like I said, on my specialist, up until this year, I did not have copays, and this year, mm, Lord have mercy. I pray for anyone who is going to the doctor as much or even less, than I am. But my goodness, if you're going as much or more than I am, oh, I pray that you win the lottery. I pray that you win the lottery. I pray that you win the lottery or complete healing, either one of them. Because the way things are going, you're going to need it. You're going to need it. But even with that being said, I've never not went to the doctor and not had a copay. So just like Milton Leroy stayed in position out there for me to, get him and bring him in the house and let him live in the lap of luxury, God is still provided regardless. How many times I go to the doctor a month, a week, he's still provided. And y'all know, I've had like 2 appointments in one day, and that's quite often. Has gotten up to where I've had 3 in one day, but one was telehealth. So that makes it easier, but there's still a copay with that. And baby, as soon as you hit that end button or they hit that end button, they hit your bank account. But like I said, not one time has it not been there. So that in itself is a blessing. That in itself shows that regardless of what's going on, God will still make a way. There's still, a positive in everything. Like I said, I'm not going out without anything I need or anything I want. Because the only thing I want is to pour into other people to be a blessing to other people. So I've not gone without that. And sometimes being a blessing to other people is simply just, smiling at a stranger, or a kind word, And so I said, do my best. Not even my best. I regardless of how I feel, I'm gonna post. Y'all are gonna get something because somebody needs something. And usually you can tell how I feel by what I post. For the month of December, like I said, I've been on this blessings on blessings because I feel it. I feel a shift. That things are getting ready to change. Not necessarily just for me, but for everyone connected to me. And when I say connected to me, I don't necessarily mean family members. I mean like Queen Bee, Queen Aries, It didn't have to be blood relatives, but I feel it. And I feel it. I can see it over different people. And all they have to do is stay in position to get what God has already promised them would be their destiny. Because a lot of times it's not that God is not blessing us, it's just that we move out of position. We get tired of waiting, or we feel like, our prayers aren't being answered. God is not hearing us, and we move. That's why we miss out. It has nothing to do with God delaying blessings, holding up blessings. I heard one lady say that the blessings were on layaway. The Bible says nothing good will I withhold from you. So why would God take your blessings and put them on layaway? Because that's saying that when things are on layaway, that means you have to pay a little bit each time to get the full, the full product that you purchase, to be able to access it. That is not how I understand God to work. So, anytime that I have gone through any hardship other than, life itself, it's been because of me and nobody else. It's always been because of me. Um, Being impatient, or feeling like God is not hearing me. I have to do all this myself. And basically me doing it myself was just me making a bigger mess, of the situation. So, no, I don't believe I don't believe in that stuff about blessings being put on layaway and, God withholding blessings to punish you. That is not true. Why would he do that? That is not a God of love that would dangle a carrot in front of a starving rabbit's face, make them do tricks before they gave it, before he gave it to them. No. That's not how it works. In my book, that's not what I understand it to be. So, even with this, with sarcoidosis, I'm staying in position. Um, I've been upset. I've been downright mad, angry at God, in the beginning for years, having sarcoidosis. I'm like, why me? And then I would hear my mama, her voice, why not you? What make you so special? But still, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I was working as a nurse. I love my patients. My patients love me. I love what I did. I was great at what I did. And I really thought that was going to be the career that I retired from. God had other plans. And we bumped head about those plans, When I went in the hospital, when I got to where I couldn't walk, didn't know what was going on, went in the hospital, and the doctor that I worked for, who was also my doctor, he said, we'll go ahead, see if we can get your disability started, right? He messed around and gave me a copy of my chart to take to my disability hearing. I opened up the paperwork that he gave me, and I saw that he had a letter um, in there stating that I would never be able to work in the medical field again, and that because of my illness and because of, the uncertainty of how I would be feeling from day to day, I was not a reliable employee. And I ripped that letter up because I'm like, who is he? Why would he say such nasty things about me? I'm coming to work half dead. And I'm not a reliable employee. I was so upset with him and just brokenhearted to even see that on paper about me. It was the truth. There is no way that this body could work like I used to work. There is no way that I could work in a clinic setting and see 3, 400 and 500 patients a day. There is no way. Baby, they look for me and my whole car be gone out of the parking lot. Not going to take a nap, not going to take a break, baby. I'm leaving. Nope. I am out of there. So, thank you, Dr. Wilhelm. You were right. I don't know if he could have even said it in a way that I wouldn't have been offended because I was mad at him for writing it. I was mad at him for even writing such nonsense on paper for other people to see and judge me, because of what he wrote. But he was right. He was right. Like I said, there's no way that I could have. Hold on a minute, y'all. Could have went the last 30 years getting up at 5 o'clock every morning, getting home at 7 o'clock in the evening. Look at Milton Leroy. It's something wrong with Milton Leroy, y'all. This joker love menthol. And he love paper. Watch it. Milton. Come here, buddy. Milton. Milton. You want it? Come on. So the Milton said, why you got all that Darth Vader stuff on your face? Why you got your machine out here scaring me half to do? Hey, buddy, you want it? I've never met a little boy that loved menthol. If I put on vapor rub, he will be all over me. This what you want? This what you want? This what you want? Come here. Come here. I'm gonna give it to you. Milton Leroy has Hall's wrapper paper all in his food dish at any given time of the day or night. Hey, Milton. Tell him, hey, Milton Leroy. Hey, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Milton Leroy stayed in position, baby. Look at him. Hey, you all right, man. You all right. Your mama all right. You done seen me like this before. I guess it's just the noise of the concentrator that's making him, that's scaring him. Let me see. Hey, man. Hey. What's going on? That's all right. Look, Milton, you see yourself? Hey, Milton. You see yourself? Look. Wait a minute, what you doing? You shy? Are you camera shy, Milton? Aw. And Queen V, you see how big Milton Leroy has gotten? Look at him. I said, we're going to get bigger than this. We're a big boy. Yeah, look at it. See yourself? You see yourself? Yeah. Handsome. Yeah. And this is who I didn't think I needed. Look at God. I mean, if he can give me Milton Leroy, he can do anything. Anything. If he can give me Milton Leroy and Milton Leroy me. Milton Leroy is living up to his name, y'all. Oh, what you want? You want this paper? Look, now you're going to take the paper and run off with it. There you go. Are we going to play right here? Well, you just sit up here with me then. That's fine. And Queen Bee, you see how big this baby has gotten? Yeah. Sweet as pie. Till he gets strung out on that catnip. Then that's a whole different story. There you go. Yeah, he plays soccer with the cough drop paper. So every morning I get up And I have to sweep up cough drop ball. Bring it here, I'll throw it. Well, he's taking it high in the honey. Something wrong with him. I have never. Now I had a my last boy cat. He liked to play soccer with paper, but he was roguish. He liked to go in your purse and steal your money, and he wanted to chew on your money. I don't know where, bless his heart. Rest in peace, Mason. But no, Milton Leroy don't do that. He probably would if I left my purse laying around like I did with Mason. But Mason would go in and get receipts, money, any kind of paper. He'd just go in and steal it. There's something wrong with him. I think his mother had a addiction problem or something. I don't know. But he was a sweet baby too. But yeah, Milton Leroy has a fascination with menthol though. Like I said, vapor rub, any kind of liniment. He likes it. He want to put his nose on you and lay on you and roll around and get it on him. It's something. Yeah. But my son said it's probably just the orange cat thing. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure. Oh, see, now I can see I couldn't see. Wait a minute. I did see something. Queen Aries said paying 35 to 55 for copays. Oh wow. Oh wow. Like I said, those that adds up really quick. Really, really quick. And thank y'all. Thank you, Milton Leroy, honey. That's my baby. I said, guys, so let me give her some company. Let me give her a reason to get up every day, because I see where we going here. And she done had a few days where she not getting up. So let me give her a reason to get up. And like I said, even in that, Queen Bee said she knew I wasn't going. She knew Milton wasn't going nowhere. I tried. I tried. Because I'm like, that just seems cruel to me. Why would, I don't need no kidding right now. I don't need nothing to care for right now. I'm having a hard time caring for myself. I'm hurting. I'm tired. I can't breathe. Well, here Milton Leroy. We get up every morning. We get up every morning and do our little ritual. We meditate. Go through our manifestation morning routine. I drink my tea. Milton Leroy eat his hot food. So I did need Milton Leroy. I really did. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of him. Isn't that what they say? When somebody say, oh, he's handsome. Yeah, we proud of him. That we are. We're proud of him. But I'm gonna do an hour. Like I said, when I get off of here, honey, I'm probably gonna be too excited to sleep. The fact that I did it. And I'm gonna start doing this. Because, like I said, I go live on here for my infusion treatment for sarcoidosis. And then you don't see me again until I go live, for the next one. And I've had people reaching out to me, asking me how I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, I need to start going live more. Even when I don't feel my best, because somebody needs to see that. Somebody needs to know that you can still be okay when you're not okay. And it's okay to say that I'm not okay. Now, I probably wouldn't be able to come on here, when I'm just like at my worst. But coming on here when I'm feeling down, and talking with y'all will definitely help. Even, when I am hurting a little bit, just being on here now has taken my mind off of a lot of stuff. a lot of stuff. Overcoming fears and using, being on here and talking to y'all, and I don't feel as bad as or scared or fearful of being, judged because of medical equipment as I was prior to hitting the go button. And that's why I had to tell my sisters that, hey, I'm gonna go live today. And I know y'all have heard it before, but I always say I might go live. Today, if you notice, I said I'm going live. So by me saying I'm going live, that means that has a sense of accountability to it. Because if I say I'm going live and I don't go live, even if it is out of fear, I feel I've lied. It's no two ways about it. I've lied. So that's why I made sure to word it. I'm going live on YouTube later on. I wasn't sure of the time, and I was actually surprised how early it was when I got ready to go on. Because I was like, let me get everything out of the way, and and still in my mind I'm thinking, okay, well if it's too late, I can go tomorrow or early in the morning or whatever. I'm getting out of the bath and finishing up with everything, and it wasn't even 6 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, okay, we'll do it. So I'm gonna try. I would be I would be reaching if I said I was gonna come on every day. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, not right now. But I am gonna try to do at least once or twice a week. Um, yeah, I think that'll be a good start. Um, and hopefully before we know it, it'll be springtime and we'll be able to get out and can take y'all on some of the adventures that Milton, Leroy, and I are going on. In the springtime, I want to go out and find my mobile home that I want, that we're manifesting, that I will be moving into next year. So I can take y'all hopefully I can find the one that I want, because I had found it and then they sold it. So I think it's somewhere else at another lot close to me. And if not, if it's like an hour away or 30 minutes away, we can still go on a day trip, and I can take y'all with me while we go and tour my future home. Hey, coldest guy, how are you doing? And I'm sorry for not speaking sooner, but baby, I don't know how to keep the comments up on the screen right now. I'm gonna get better at this. I'm gonna get better at this. But for now, excuse the delay in speaking. And I see where you spoke twice. I'm sorry. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for speaking. Welcome. Stay a while. I don't have we're not serving food tonight. Catch me on a different night when we're serving food, but no food, no drinks tonight. But maybe here in the future we'll get to where we're serving food, and as they call it, hors d'oeuvres for the guests. But by the time we start doing that, you won't feel like a guest. You just feel like you're part of the family here, because that's what we want. So yeah, but thank you for coming in. Thank everybody for coming in. For the ones that spoke, and for the ones that didn't, we call it the ones in the bushes on TikTok. But thank you. Oh, I'm like, what is that? Because y'all know I get up. Y'all will be sitting up here looking at the wall. Me and Mr. Leroy will be gone. Mm, mm. Man, that's Milton Leroy in there doing something, kicking around that paper. But I'm only gonna do another 10 more minutes. And it's supposed to get down to 17 degrees here in Alabama tonight. Right now it is 31. Well, before I went live, it was 31. And it's supposed to get down to 17. I went out there to take the trash bin out to the road. And honey, that wind is whooping out there tonight. It's cutting up. It's been whooping all day. But it is freezing outside. And my next infusion treatment is on December 30th. And you know I have to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, 7:15 in the morning. So I usually get there at like 6:30. 6:30, 6:45. Because I have over an hour to drive to get there. But Milton Leroy and I are gonna get an Airbnb this time, and I'm gonna be probably just a few minutes from the hospital. So I'm gonna go the 29th. I'll spend the night of the 29th in Birmingham, infusion day, and then I'll come home on the 31st. So we'll be home for New Year's. But like that'll make it better because me driving myself is it's not safe to keep doing that. Every time I do it, I'm surprised that I made it home myself, and then I concentrate so hard on trying to drive right, because I don't feel good driving home. But it's common sense has got to kick in somewhere, you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do. We'll just get an Airbnb and we'll stay over there. Um, unless I find someone to drive me, and I'm still haven't ruled that out. Just haven't found anyone yet. So it'll all work out. Not worried about it at all. It will all work out. And I'm sorry for all this daggum squirming. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I'm sorry for all this squirming. And plus I'm a little bit cold. And I didn't want to put on a whole lot and then be hot. So I got covered though. I got covered. But like I said, I'm just gonna be on here for about 7 more minutes. I'm trying to do an hour. So and if I don't know, I always want to do it on an even number. End on an even number. Excuse me. Like we do on TikTok when you're getting ready to get off and we're like, how many likes do you have? And we don't want to end the live, on an odd number. We want to get them to, an even number, whether it's 50K, 100K, whatever. We want to end on a even number. So same thing for me with this. I always want to end on a even number. Because why get so close to an hour just to stop 5 minutes or 6 minutes before, complete hour. So that's what I'm doing. But again, I really appreciate everyone who has come in. Queen V, Queen Aries for being here the whole time. Thank y'all. And as Snoop said, I want to thank me. Because, like I said, this has been so empowering. You just don't know. I wish I could put into words how I feel. I guess it'd be like if you were scared of heights or roller coasters and you got on a roller coaster and you enjoyed it. You realize that, hey, it's not that bad. And you want to do it again and again and again and again. Like that. Like that. There's other things that I could. Yeah. But yeah. I think the roller coaster will be the best most relatable thing, or anything, not necessarily just a roller coaster, but overcoming a fear. If you've done something to overcome a fear, or even started chipping away, at overcoming a fear, um, every little step, you feel more empowered to keep going. And that's what this is, coming on live tonight is doing. So definitely, I don't know if it's always going to be, this time of day. It could be just sporadic, whenever it hits me during the day. It could be over in the morning. I'm always up between 2:30 and 5 o'clock. I'm always up. I can never sleep through those times. Um, and a lot of times when I'm awake at those times of morning, first thing I do, my mom used to say pray. Well, not necessarily do I pray, but I listen. It's not always about me talking when I'm awake. At that time of morning, it could be that God is waking me up because He wants to talk to me, because I've had a busy day and there was, you know, um, He didn't have an opportunity. He didn't have my full attention during the day. So waking me up at that time of morning, not necessarily for me to talk to Him, but for me to allow Him to talk to me. So that's what I do now. If I'm not if when I'm awake that time of morning, I usually just lay there and listen to what God has for me. Like I said, at this point in my life, I don't care how He send the message. He could send Moses riding a billy goat backwards. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. I'm here listening. I'm waiting. I'm gonna stay in position. I don't care how I get it. I don't care what it looked like, what the messenger looked like. Mm-mm. I'm gonna be here waiting on it. I'm gonna stay in position because I'm not missing out. I've missed out on a lot of things in life. Like I said, because I moved out of position, not because anybody forced me out of position. Because we always have free will. We always have a choice in most things in life. Like I said, there are things in life that we don't. Life just life. We have no control over. But for the most part, we do. And every action has a reaction. You know, every choice has a consequence. So, like I said, it's always been my choices, whether they were made out of pain or out of ignorance or out of stubbornness. I still made them. And there were still consequences and reactions that I had to endure because of that. That's what I always say. A lot of pain, people, like, oh, that's just the devil. That's no, baby, that's self-made pain. Most of my pain had nothing to do with the devil. If I said that, I would be giving him too much credit because he didn't have nothing to do with that. That was me. That was Denise that did that, that made that choice, that felt like God was moving too slow and I could do it better if I just went over here and stirred around in this pot a little bit more. Oh, that pot ended up running over and dang near setting the kitchen on fire, because I'm over there messing around in it when I could have just left it on a slow simmer, and it would have been done. It would have been fine. But no, I done lost half the pot, almost burned the whole stove up. Because I'm over there poking around in it. So ain't nobody going to eat today. God has a way of showing you and teaching you, that's for sure. That is for sure. My mom used to say all the time when we'd be like, I don't understand. Why would you do that? Why would anybody that you like keep living? Keep living. Life is a teacher. If you allow it to be, life is a great teacher. The do's and don'ts, baby. And the way life will teach you, you don't want to fail. You don't want to flunk. You don't want to repeat the lesson. You know what I mean? Because it was hard. You almost barely made it out the first time. And in my case, I might have had to repeat a few times. You know. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one, but I'm still smiling, still blessed, and I'm still here. And I'm thankful. Thankful, grateful for every lesson. Like I said, every lesson learned, every pain, and for the pain that I will endure because I know it all is a part of my growth. So I am no way upset about it. But I know now I'm not going to make any choices that's going to add to my pain. No. No, we not doing that no more. We learned that lesson. Yeah, we're not doing that no more. That's the great thing about life, about God. That just because I messed up yesterday, made a mistake yesterday, I don't have to carry that into the day. I don't have to beat myself up for a mistake or shortcomings that I had yesterday. Because God didn't do that. No. You know, man will. Man will. They'll judge you, for what you did as a kid. As a being a senior citizen, somebody was still. I remember when you stole that apple off the Mr. It was tree when you were 5, and still label you as a thief. You were hungry, an apple off of Mr. Edwards' tree, and they still, will hold that, mention that to you as a senior citizen. But that's not how God works, and that's not how we should work either. We shouldn't punish ourselves for mistakes or shortcomings that we made yesterday. Today, every day is a fresh start, new mercies. Every sunrise, a fresh start for new blessings, new beginnings, new opportunities, new mercies, new grace, new favor. Just new. Slate is wiped clean. And every day we just strive to do better than we did yesterday. Isn't that a great feeling? It really is when you think about it. That's a great feeling. And with that being a great feeling, I think that would be a great place to say goodnight. End on a high note, on gratitude. Lord, I thank you. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed beyond. So, because Milton Leroy is in there doing this thing, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody for Milton Leroy. And again, I thank everybody for being here. I thank my family, my sisters, for their support, for their love, for their prayers. I love y'all. Thank y'all. I'm going to say good night. It's still early. And probably go find me something to eat. But thank y'all again. I love y'all. Good night. Good night, good night. I'll see y'all on the next one. But I for sure see my sisters tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Love y'all.